Howdy folks, Kirk and Jay here with Kirk Giordano Plastering. It's been a while since we've done a video. Anyway, today we're going to show you how to match this finish right here. This is a text coat. It's blown on. That aggregate you see is not sand, it's perlite. Text coats are usually color, a bonding agent, and perlite. So it's used to waterproof things often. What we're going to do is we're going to spread two coats here. Then, what I usually do is I dash it, but I'm looking at the side over there, and some of their dashes were too heavy. So we're going to try to get it right with the sponge, because this is not very heavy, this aggregate. Bottom line, when you're doing this, put your wires in there. And now keep in mind too, this is open stud. How do you get open stud when new code requires shear wall? It's an old house. It's before 1980, before they had plywood backing. Anyway, it's a stud house, so actually she lathed this really well. And what we're going to do is do the plaster. I came here and she says, Kirk, I've been watching your videos, so I learned how to lathe it. She had this lathe right here. She said, I was thinking about doing the scratch and brown. And I said, well, that part you better hire out, because we make it look a lot easier than it actually is, guys, because we use stuccos with our own additives, and the additives are accelerators. So if you guys think, well, I'm going to do my own stucco, here's a tip. If you go to Home Depot, you go to Lowe's, buy a stucco that has, it'll say same day stucco. And what you want to do is mix it, don't over mix it, and just apply a first coat like this. Let it set one day, and then come back and do the next coat. Why? Because too many people call me, they say, Kirk, I tried to do like you and just do it in one coat, but it's not so much doing it like me. It's Jay or Lou, if they mix, they're experts at it. They're experts at adding the right amount of accelerators. Because if you put too much, it'll just harden in a minute. You won't even be able to finish what you started. So if you guys are going to do this, first coat, come back the next day and do the second coat. Don't try to do like we do, because I got Jay and Lou to help me. No such thing as a plaster working by himself. You can't mix and spread. It's just too difficult. I've tried it. Anyway, I got a question for you folks. How many of you contractors have slowed down? We are slowing way down. If it weren't for all the people who hired us over all these years saying, Kirk, I got a project for you guys. Just go over there and do it, get it done, and send me a bill. I trust you. I'm not sure why such a slowdown, but we are slower now than we were during COVID. And we got a lot of videos out showing how it's done. Lou says, I told you, everybody's doing it themselves. And I said, I don't think so, Lou. But is it, or do you think it has anything to do with tariffs? I remember about 9 months ago when I was hearing about tariffs, I thought, what the heck is that? And so I Googled it. And of course, Warren Bell came up, or Warren Buffett. He's that richest man in the world. And I thought, well, let's see what he got to say about it. And he says, tariffs are an act of war. And I thought, an act of war with who? Now I figured it out. It's an act of war against ourselves, because it seems like work is so slow. This tariff thing is imploding on us. It's just slowing everything down. Need to get rid of that stuff. But anyway, we're still working. Curious to hear from all my fellow contractors who we know, lots of contractors in the trade. If work is slowing down, I'm not talking about for a general. A general contractor's on a job for a year because they're building a house or building an addition. Us guys, when we do stucco, we're not there very long. Like this, it won't take us too long. But if you're not a general and you're just small guys like us, I wonder if indeed it is the tariffs, which is slowing us way down. If everybody got fear, forget about the fear, guys. Let us worry about that, because we don't. Anyway, this is, I'm putting the first coat on, and again, I had my brother Lou, I said, mix me up some stiff stuff. And he says, how stiff? I said, I want it to set in like, 15 minutes. So, does Lou always get it right? Of course not. Do I always get it right? Of course not. Nobody can do that. But the idea is put it on and not spend the whole day here, or come back the next day. You guys put it on and come back the next day, because it's your house. This stuff takes it takes a little bit of practice to learn how to use all of the accelerators. I mean, the Sackcrete, Quickcrete already have accelerators if you go to Home Depot or Lowe's, so you don't need to add more. I'll take you and show you our truck, and you'll see why we do. He'll say, wow, that truck can hold everything, and you would be correct. The truck is from Canada, and they don't make them like that anymore. It's got humongous utility boxes, so we got room to store any and everything we need. Now, I might take you out and show you why we can do things in a day or in an hour where you as a homeowner may not be able to do that. Another tip, guys, even if the hole is for a vent, say 6 by 6, 12 by 12, 4 by 4, paper it, get it all waterproof, and once you get all that down, use this Sikaflex polyurethane caulking. It's an adhesive sealant, like this electrical panel here. What I did is I put some of this Sikaflex and fused the paper to the box. That way when it rains, it won't leak. That's your most important thing. You don't want it to leak. Second thing is bonding agent around here. Many people can't find Weldcrete because they don't sell it at Home Depot or Lowe's. But use this stuff here. This is Sackcrete. Sackcrete glue or bonding agent works. That way if I get any on the sides here, when they go to paint it, it won't come off. It'll just adhere. Anyway, I can look at this and let's see. Looks like I'm going to have to take lunch and give it 15 minutes. Elizabeth, you are Kirk. I'm just judging it too. I'm thinking, yeah, another 10 minutes, but I got a sandwich in my truck. We'll show you how to float this. Do you need to dash it? No, I would show you what they did, but somebody might say, why are you criticizing their work? It just doesn't match. If you throw another finish on this with the same material, it'll be too heavy to match this. Anyway, this guy right here will do it. So we're going to take a small break and come back. Maybe I'll just try it with the dry float. Yeah, we're mighty slow. I'm thinking PBS should put us on and sponsor us. And we'll be like Bob Vila. Instead of happy little trees, we'll do happy little trowelfuls. Not with this big trowel, but with this little trowel that everybody's familiar with. Anyway, we're getting, I'm used to working 6 to 8 to 10 hours a day. And now with, I guess, tariffs, the slow economy, we are not working as much as we used to. In fact, I forgot how to plaster. So if I do this wrong, it's only because I've been off for too long. I'm starting to get fat. Who ever heard of a fat plaster? That's a lot of time off, guys, if I get fat. Anyway, so I'm pulling this up. Now, we're about 1.5 inches right here. So I don't expect it to dry in 5 minutes, but this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to come back, and all I want to do is just pull some of the aggregate out. What is the aggregate? In this case, sand, because it matches this perlite right here. What is stucco? Stucco is Portland cement and sand. What is concrete? Concrete is Portland cement and rocks. So this got no rocks, but the sand is pretty much on the money. So give us 10 minutes, be a blink of an eye for you guys, and we'll show you how we match this finish. All right, guys, that was a blink of an eye for you, but I've had my coffee and finished my sandwich. So what you want to do now is clean the float. This is a sponge float, green sponge float, and lightly hit it. And this adds a little bit of moisture to it too, and it brings out the aggregate. So I'm trying to bring out the sand. When they did this, they shot it on with a gun. It's just shot on. That's what it looks like. No craters, but it looks like mountains, the top. So I got to do that with what I'm doing. And the sponge, when you come to the existing to the new, go into it a little bit. Just feather into it. That will really blend it in well when you go ahead and start your paint job. You won't see anything. So always take a little bit and of the new stucco and go into your existing stucco. And the only way that will adhere is if you put a bonding agent on it, the Saccrete or Weldcrete. Anyway, guys, thought I'd point that out and ask that question. How many of you guys think the economy might be so slow because of the so-called tariffs? I, for one, think so. Maybe that should be stopped. Anyway, my name is Kirk. Jason's on the camera. We thank you guys for watching, and as usual, we'll see you on the next one.
All right, folks, as always, we want to thank you all for watching. We really appreciate your questions and comments. Please let us know if there's anything you'd like to learn about. And as always, from the entire Giordano family, we'll see you on the next one. Okay, well, we're never going to get better than that, so...